for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
What does that mean? Let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Racha,
Racha,
Kodash.
Kodash.
Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is What Does That Mean? I have a special guest with me today, Elder Bishop Sakoran.
Shalom.
And we're going to go into this chapter, but we're going to start up above that because, see, these so-called Christians in the church, they'll be the ones that carry the biggest Bibles, which they don't really read. When they do read, they don't have any understanding. That's why it's good to say, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that have and they that understand." In so many words. And this is a major issue here because the scriptures are saying that there's going to be this present world that we're in is going to be taken out. So what does that mean, and how is that going to be accomplished? Does it mean that the whole world is going to explode like vocab no class Malone teaches? Well, how do we know that what he's teaching is not right? When we go to Ecclesiastes, if you could go to Ecclesiastes, okay. 1 and 4, we're going to go back there.
Okay.
And if the spirit jump on you, you could jump in whenever you want. Could read that?
All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Right, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So we know that once the earth was created, it's created to abide forever. So when the Lord said that read that again in 2 Peter 3 and 12 again.
Okay. It says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
Right. So what should the true believers of the Lord, what should they be doing? What frame of mind should they be in? They should be in a frame of mind of looking and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord. Now, we know that when Yahushua was here, he spoke of many different things and prophecies that would be taking place, these different signs that would be taking place to let us know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the end is here. And even the disciples, when they were disciples, before they were apostles, they even asked the Lord, what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Mm-hmm. And when we read that in Matthew 24 and 3, which I'll get there real quick, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, and saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So they were asking about signs of things that would be taking place in these last days and the coming of the Lord. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? Because it says, let me read that again, Salakia. Mm-hmm. I was trying to pull something up.
Yeah, let me know if you want me to pull something.
I was trying to pull up, that thing on here.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you could go to it. Go to the blue letter.
Okay.
And pull up Matthew 24 and 3. So it says, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So in the rest of the chapter, Yahushua was giving them certain things that were going to be taking place before his coming. Some of the stuff was speaking about back then, 2,000 years ago, and some of the stuff was speaking about now, which they really didn't understand. So they said, not only that, show us a sign of thy coming, but it also says, but of the end of the world. So if you could get that word world there.
Okay.
See, because when you read English, we have to remember that the original writings of the Bible was in Hebrew, and then there was certain times when it was translated into the Greek. So if that's the case, and we read the word world in many different places in the scriptures, it doesn't always mean your regular word for world, because some people equate the word world with everything in the earth. And that is one of the definitions, but this is why you have to go back to the Greek or to the Hebrew and the Greek. So you got it, bro.
All right, so the transliteration for the word world there is eon.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the different Greek words for world. Mm-hmm. You got it.
All right, it says eon, properly an age.
Right, an age. So what is an age? An age is a period of time. You know, in other cases, it speaks about uninterrupted rule. What is an uninterrupted rule? Uninterrupted rule means that you have a particular empire that's ruling for a certain period of time. So let's say you have an empire that rules for 300 years and then they fall. What does that mean? That the age of that empire was 300 years.
Got a precept.
All right, bring it out.
Acts chapter 17, verse 26. And have made of one blood all nations of men,
Beautiful.
for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation.
Right. So everything has boundaries. Get Job 14 and 5. Everything has boundaries. Everything has time. The scriptures say time and chance happeneth to all men. The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
That's right.
And he giveth it to the bases of men. So everything that we're reading about is all leading to the exaltation and the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is why it's important to exalt his name, his son's name, and what his message is. You know, hey, if the son gets you, you can move over if you want. You got it.
Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined,
Why are his days determined? Because the Heavenly Father set boundaries. Go ahead.
the number of his months are with thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Right. So the months of these different empires are with the Lord, with the Most High. He knows the time frame and the time period when this is going to come to pass and that fall. You know, when we go back to Daniel, the second chapter and the 7th chapter, it speaks about a time frame of different empires ruling, and at the end of those empires ruling, what would happen? The Heavenly Father's Son, Yahushua, would be set up into power with his kingdom. You got some?
Okay.
Go now.
This is 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and beginning at the 1st verse. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And when
And what
thou...
does it mean to measure the time? How do we measure the time? Do we get a ruler stick? You know, one of them measuring sticks? Do we get a tape measure?
Tape measure. Right?
You know, a ruler? Do we get a yardstick? You know, what is it, in meters or in inches? No, we measure it by the signs that the Lord said that would be happening. That's how you measure, oh, this is what this is talking about.
Right. Which is called prophecy.
There you go.
You know, the prophecy of the Lord. That's what's important.
That's it.
Because there was times when the Lord gave out a prophecy, and then he said from the time that the decree was set forth, from then to the time when he determined it to finish or to accomplish what he said, that was a measurement, you
That's
know?
it.
And that's how, because we're carpenter. Our Lord was a carpenter.
That's right.
And we are building the house of the Lord.
Yeah, hey, well, the Apostle Paul said that he's a wise master builder. You know, a wise master builder is like a foreman on the job.
Right.
You know, he knows everything about the job, but he's pretty much giving orders of what to do.
Right.
You know, and if something needs to be, if a position needs to be filled, he'll be right there to fill it. A true foreman, anyway. You got it.
All right. It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, so there's a visitation happening upon the earth. How is this visitation being accomplished? By the prophecies. Thereby letting us know that these are the signs and tokens that the Lord spoke about that would be happening prior to his coming. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
No, so pretty much there are the things that we're reading, it's saying that we hasten in the coming of the day of the Lord, because this present world, this present evil world is going to be destroyed. And then we're looking, according to his promise, for new heavens and a new earth. So what does that mean? That means that this same earth that we're on right now is going to be reestablished under new rules of righteousness.
Right. Because he did it before. If I could get...
Yeah.
Let me see. He did it before with Noah, right?
Beautiful.
But before that, it said that the Lord knew that in man was nothing but to do.
He saw the wickedness of man. That's 8th chapter, I believe.
8th chapter?
No, 6th chapter.
Okay.
He saw the wickedness of man, that it was great, and they repented the Lord that he created man.
Let me see if I could. Yep.
It's the 6th chapter is like a little further down.
6th chapter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's also in the 8th chapter, but
let me see.
right. 6, and you could start at 5.
All right, the water. So this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. It says, And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth,
Mm.
and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Evil. Continually.
Yep. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and
Mm.
it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.
That's right.
Yeah, and then eventually he destroyed that world by way of water,
Right.
which bring us back to 2 Peter 3.
There's more.
Slacken. It says,
Verse 8.
verse 8, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Uh, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Right. And those four and their four wives were back then were considered to be the elect, because they were saved and everybody else destroyed. You got it.
Verse 11, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence.
Filled with violence.
Yep.
So what you see going on today is no different than back then.
Nothing new.
Just a different time frame, different time period, different technology,
Different age.
different age. The water, beautiful, and but the same judgment is going to come upon
Right.
them. You got it.
Verse 12, and the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them.
Right. So you know what that brings in mind? That brings in mind Belshazzar. with
Right.
Writing on the wall.
Right.
You know, it said many tekelu farsin.
Yep.
You know, your kingdom has been numbered.
Yep.
You have been weighed in the balance and have been found wanting. So what happened? That very night, that kingdom fell.
Right.
So
Right.
we're seeing the signs. We're seeing the writing on the wall
Right.
of this kingdom of things that they're doing and becoming more and more corrupt.
Yeah.
So what do you think the Lord's going to do? He's going to destroy them.
Yeah. That's right.
You have anything?
Just to finish this, it says,
Okay.
and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. And going back to what you were saying, Apostle, you're saying, look, does that mean, going back to 2 Peter,
Right.
the 3rd chapter, does that mean that the Lord's going to destroy the whole earth? No, we read in Ecclesiastes that the earth is going to abide forever.
Right.
Everything that the Lord created was going to abide forever.
Correct.
Right? Now, what's the only thing that's going to be totally destroyed and annihilated? The Esau,
The
Edom.
age.
Right, or his king,
age.
his the time of his rulership, right?
Right.
And then even with that, like it says, we're gonna according to Obadiah, right? Obadiah the 18th verse, we're gonna do a big bonfire and burn them up. But even their spirit that's within them is not gonna be destroyed.
Correct.
It's gonna be transferred unto the other nations or something like that.
So yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out in the kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was what was taught. I mean it makes sense, but we'll find
Yeah.
out when the kingdom is established.
Right.
Because right now we're we prophesy in part, for we know in part.
Con.
You know?
Yeah. Con.
So-
Those are things that pertain to the Lord.
That's it. But I got something to back you up.
Okay.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Because the prophets always knew that there was a beginning and an end. That's why they always looked for the Messiah, because when the Messiah came and suffered, they knew that after that would come, the kingdom would come. You see? It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, because Esau would be on top by the time Yahushua would come back. So it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right.
So Esau being the end of the world, that word there in the Latin is seculi, which is synonymous with the word eon in the Greek,
Get down.
which is an uninterrupted rule. And it's the same synonymous with the word Iwalam in the Hebrew. These are all ages.
Right.
Set times, uninterrupted rules. Like you have something called the age of Aquarius, the age of Pisces,
Right.
the age of Sagittarius. Now those ages in the heavens are about 2,125 or 50 2,150 years.
Mm.
So every 2,150 years or so around there, there's a cycle in the heavens.
Mm.
You know, that's
Right.
the age of those particular, so-called horoscopes, as they
Right.
call them.
Right. Yeah, because that's even in the and what was that? Revelation, the
22.
22nd chapter. It
Yep.
speaks on that.
Yeah.
That it shall yield 12 manner of fruits and
That's
all
it.
that. You know.
Yep.
So it's all in the heavens.
Yeah, and they all have their rotation. They all
Right.
have their time. When each age changes, there's a different spirit.
Right. Right.
Dependent on the on and that you have that in righteousness.
Right.
But these devils use it in wickedness.
Yeah.
Through so-called horoscopes and reading people's palms and all that other
Mhm.
crap. All right.
You want to go back to 2 Peter 3?
Yeah. Before we go there, I got one more. This
Okay.
is Isaiah chapter 13, and I'll start at 9. The point is in 11. So Isaiah 13 and 9, it says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate." What land? It's singular. It's talking about America,
Mm-hmm.
Babylon the Great.
That's right.
It says, "And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." That's talking about 2/3 of it, Jake here, the nations, Esau and all them, It says, "And the constellation," I'm sorry, "for the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light." Why is that? Because there's going to be a plume of smoke and fire
Gotcha.
going up for for a long period of time, that's going to block out the heavens. It's going to block out the constellations. If you were just to be on the shores of America, which you won't be able to, you will not be able to see the heavens
Mm-hmm.
because of so much soot, fire, smoke, and all of that. Right? You got something you said?
Real quick, Malachi 4 and 1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven."
And this particular day that's going to burn as an oven, there's what is going to make these things happen. How is this going to happen? How
Right.
is this going to come to pass?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's got to be a particular way that these things occur
Right.
to be able to fulfill that.
That's right.
And Lord's willing, this lesson we'll hit some more points on that.
Right.
You got it?
It says, "And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble."
Right. And who is more proud than Esau?
Right.
None. You Israelites out there, a lot of you are proud. You're going to be caught up in that fire,
Mm-hmm.
in that smoke,
Yep.
in that day that cometh that shall burn as an oven. And when we go back to 2 Peter, it speaks about the elements melting with fervent heat. What elements is it talking about? It's talking about your buildings. It's talking about your cars, planes, trains, these different things of this earth, especially here in America. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So what type of technology, what type of fire is that talking about? Is somebody going to go and buy some charcoal from Walmart and some lighter fluid
Mhm.
and light things up, and then all of a sudden that building down there is going to melt from the fervent heat? No, it's talking about the nuclear missiles.
That's it. Yeah, they were created for a reason.
Right.
And that's the problem with the people in this world, showing you how proud they are. Here it is, this technology was given to man by the Most High. This technology exists, right?
Right.
Going back to the Manhattan Project, all that,
Woo!
nuclear
Good shit.
fission, all that stuff. So that was given to man by the Most High, right? So they created these vehicles, and not only did they created them, they perfected them. Russia, they keep on perfecting their nuclear arsenal, able to get here within minutes,
Yep.
less than a half hour. It's written that it's going to take 1 hour for the Most High to destroy Babylon, man. You
That's
know,
it.
but my point is this showing you how wicked and proud people are in this earth today. This technology is out there that could end their life within a matter of seconds, and they just go about their everyday life thinking that nothing could harm them, nothing could phase them. Like it says in what's that, Amos? Let me get Amos real quick.
Yeah, well, like you said, 1 hour, right? That's what the Lord says He's going to make a speedy riddance
Yep.
of this place.
Yep.
So you have to ask yourself, what is the vehicle? What is the thing that's going to be used to bring about this destruction at such a phenomenal rate of speed as that? It says suddenly, 1 hour, the whole of Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, this is the point I wanted to make. Amos 9 and 10. It says, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword."
right.
Now, Who are the Lord's people? You already know. We always teach it, right? The lost tribes of the nation of Israel are the so-called Negro, right? West Indian, Puerto Rican, so-called Native American Indians, all scattered all throughout the Americas and throughout the world.
That's it.
These are the Israelites, and that's the world's coming to realize that more and more each day. And we also we categorize them in the scriptures as the 2/3, right? The Most High has a 1/3, his elect that he will deliver, and then he has a 2/3 of his people that he's gonna destroy.
And that's here on the soils of America, because
Right.
you have elect around the world also.
Right.
But just here in America, that's where the 1/3 and 2/3 is speaking about,
Okay.
that
Huh.
tie.
Mhm.
You know, because the elect consists of more than just the 1/3.
Right.
You know, so I mean, brother, it's
Yeah. Hey, well, that's
there's a lot.
it is what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot. To
It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And what's that sword? We just explained to you what that sword is. The great sword. The Lord said that my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
It shall come down upon whom?
Idumea.
Idumea. And so you got to look up who Idumea is.
And you got to find out what that sword is.
Mm.
You know, and it's funny because the very same blessing that the Heavenly Father gave these devils, the Edomites, is the same blessing that he's going to use to destroy them. Ain't
Yeah,
that something?
yeah, that's in Psalms. They have dug a pit,
Yep.
and they have fallen in the same pit that they had made.
That's it.
You know, because Esau see, the problem with Esau is he's proud. He got a God complex. He think he's like the Most High.
Right.
He think he's better than the Most High. You know,
That's it.
but the Most High's about to show him, man, like he did Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He's gonna pump him up.
Don't puff yourself up, baby boy.
And then destroy him.
Hey, the axe can't boast himself against him that heweth
Right.
the axe.
Damn.
You know?
Right. That's right.
How you gonna tell a lumberjack how to swing his axe?
Back to Amos 9 and 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Done.
See, so that's the pride in them. They thinking that, oh, we telling them about the missiles. They're like, man, look, that's BS, man. First of all, you know, God is here. It is. They commit all kind of wickedness, man. Murder, right? Incest, drugs, selling drugs, worshiping Satan, right? Committing bestiality, pedophilia,
Yep.
all kind of shit, man. And then they're gonna turn around and say that the Most High is with them.
Right. Then they say, God bless America.
Right. Oh, they take the bag from Esau. A lot of these Israelite leaders are taking the bag, man, meaning they selling out. They're being bribed, all right, to teach lies. And they and in their heart, in their wicked ass heart, they still think the Most High is with them.
Yeah.
That's how effed up they are, man.
Yeah. Well, that's that strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord said, if that prophet be deceived, I, the Lord, have deceived that
That's right.
prophet. You got it.
Okay, so going back to Malachi chapter 4.
Oh, let me finish this up.
Okay, come.
And then we'll get back to that.
Mhm.
All right, Isaiah 13 and 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Because it's going to be business as usual in the heavens.
I think it's fanatic.
But this world is going to be totally destroyed. No, it's not. It's not. It says, and I will punish the world. Listen good, man. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because let's name some of the wickedness of the Most High's people. Just now, there was a brother, I believe it was GMS Vegas Sit Downs. He brought out a video. I believe it was him. And shout out to you, brother.
Karataza.
Okay, Karataza. And he was bringing out how this you know, this nigga woman, okay, you know, she had her man, okay, and she said you know, she said that she got down with his father. She had to make a choice, and the bitch is proud about it, you know, boasting about it, you know.
Yeah, that's evil.
You know, and then the brother was good. Yeah, so that's you know, wicked, because you're not supposed to lay down with your daughter-in-law, man.
Right.
You see, so that's Habakkuk said that the law is slack.
Right. The judgment
upon
never
this
goes
land.
forth.
But the thing is, Israel, the law is within us, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you mean to tell me Jake naturally knows naturally knows what's good and what's evil.
Yeah.
But they're so damn wicked that they just go ahead and then they boast about it, right? And then they chump their brother, whoever they did wrong to,
Right.
and then that dude that they chump turn around, kill them, and then people are now crying.
Yeah, jealousy is the rage of a man.
Come on, man. So that's filthy. That's one wickedness, you know.
Yeah.
Then now you got all these rappers, man, you know, and which we've been bringing out for years, you know. And then you got rappers that come out of that entertainment world and explaining the shit that they had to go through to make it.
Yeah.
They had to sell their soul.
Yeah.
See, people just say, "Oh, you sold your soul," but they don't know how you. What did you do to
Right.
sell your soul?
You gotta
What,
do things.
you gotta do things, man. Like kill one of your, someone that you love, man.
Yep.
One of your relatives, your mother.
Do homosexual acts.
Homosexual acts.
Lesbian acts.
Lay down with a dead body, a corpse,
Yep.
which
Beast.
is necrophilia. I believe.
Necrophilia. Yep.
All right.
Laid with beasts.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And the Lord see all these things. Like the Lord told who was it, Ezekiel? He said, "Come and I will show you what these people do, all the wickedness they do in the dark."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because all that stuff is not really seen. You know, that's why you
Yeah.
have those they call them mansion parties and different other
Mm-hmm.
types of parties. Look, man, wherever Esau is, that's where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You know, and they show you glimpses of that in these different movies like Ninth Gate,
Never seen.
the other one, Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, come.
You know, so they show you that's really what goes on behind the scenes,
Yeah,
and that's
man.
why they killed that dude Stanley Kubrick, because he was exposing a lot of that stuff, because he was a part of that.
Right.
You know, but and these are just some. Hey, when you read Revelation 18, you know, it says the voice of the sorcerers and all that stuff shall be heard no more
Right.
in thee, or witchcraft, or one of those two. It says, and many different parts in Revelation speaks about the
Yep.
wickedness that you're doing and the reason why the Most High is going to judge you.
Exactly, man.
You know, but then you acting as if the Most High is with you.
Right. Like the Most High don't see you.
Right.
Right. And the eyes of the Most High.
10,000 times.
Well, that I was gonna say, going back to Amos, the eyes of the Lord power
upon the
is
sinful
upon the
kingdom.
sinful kingdom. That begins with wicked ass Israelites,
Yeah,
man.
because back then when that was written, it was really dealing with Israel,
Mhm.
but now you can apply that to America,
Right.
Babylon the Great, which this is the sinful kingdom. So how is it sinful? Because they're saying that in God they trust, that they so-called Christians, that they have Christian values, and that America was established upon the principles of the Bible, and the Bible is the book of America,
Right.
blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah.
Right.
But when you look at their actions, it's different.
Way different.
Right.
Well, let's take the Vanessa, right? Now here it is.
Well, you know, you got to rephrase that, brother. I said, take the Vanessa. You know, you said let's take the Vanessa.
Oh,
take the Vanessa for
yeah,
instance.
yeah. Let's.
I'm messing with you.
No. But you're right, because you know, Jake is simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah. So you know, speaking of what, you know, trying to administer and shit and give to everybody, the Vanessa. Now Jake, right? Like, let's say these Christians, right? Because you know, the real topic at hand is these Christians today. Like, you know,
Yeah.
thinking that they know the scriptures and they don't. All
Yes.
right, they
Yep.
mangle the scriptures. They, first of all, they don't even pick up the Bible and read. They trust in a damn their pastor, which is a Freemason, by the way.
Pot belly pork chop.
Yeah, homosexual, pedophile, adulterous nigga. Okay, thinking that he's a man of the Lord and he's not.
Right.
No, actually, he knows that he is not. It's the congregation he leads them to believe that.
Right.
But this dude, he's sold out. He's a Freemason, and I'm talking about of all these churches,
Oh,
of
yeah.
all these religions.
Remember the bootleg?
Yeah, they're all sold out. They all committed. They all sold their soul to Satan.
Yep.
All right. They commit all these things that we said, man. They drink blood. They commit pedophilia, homosexual acts.
Heinous acts.
Yeah, man. So these are the same people the Most High is gonna come to destroy, man. I lost my train of thought.
And building on what you just said, these same top pastors and preachers out there,
Yeah.
you know who them guys are? Those are them ancient men that were in the book of Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, that were committing those abominations.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, and the same ones going to the time of the Greeks of Antiochus Epiphanes
That's
that were selling out. Right, Antiochus and those devils, they didn't have to. It didn't take much to make them niggas sell out.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
because those are the same wicked ass niggas that were going back into the wilderness, man. That the Most High, had Israel circling for 40 years,
40
years, man, until he destroyed them all, man.
Except for
You know?
two.
Except for two, Joshua and Caleb.
That's it.
Now, the point I was trying to make is that you got these Jakes claiming they believe in the Most High, and then Esau presented this Vanessa to them, and right away, instead of saying to themselves, "Well, I'm gonna trust in the Lord,"
Right.
you know, if if he's gonna punch my ticket, well, damn it, that's my time to go.
Right.
You know,
When
or
it's time to go, you go.
yeah, or he'll save me. But I don't
Right.
need I don't need something from man to tell me, because that's what Esau's coming with. Like, look, if you don't get this, you're gonna die. But
Yeah.
wait a minute, what happened to the Most? I'm showing you Esau's not
Yeah.
he's
Not-
he's
not
a God fearing
spiritual.
man,
Yeah.
right? He's not spiritual.
Hey, on the way here,
He's a carnal man.
this fucking big ass red, one of them those vans that be taking people back and forth to church.
Okay.
A big red van in the back that says Jesus is the Lord, right? And the guy's driving with two hands, and I'm passing him. I look in, he had a hat on and a fucking mask
Look at that.
cover his
Look at
whole
that.
face. He could barely see the road. You know?
And I bet you he got,
Oh, he got the jab.
he got that dose. He got that hot dose.
He got the hot juice in his vein, that hot beetle juice.
Going back to Malachi, if you were all set with that.
Yes.
Because I want to get the other one in Isaiah 34 too.
Let's go.
It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn." Because people are like, "But why you guys say that? Why you guys say God's coming to destroy?" But wait a minute. If you believe in the Most High and you love righteousness, you would want this wicked world to be destroyed.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you, man?
Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day
Of the Lord. You're supposed to want
Yeah.
the kingdom of heaven can't come unless the kingdom of Satan goes down.
destroyed,
It's
yeah.
destroyed.
So what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I got a quick one.
All right.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, "Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets.
Mhm.
The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord power hath spoken, who can but prophesy?"
Mm.
So if
Yeah.
we're speaking about these things because the Lord is making us speak
That's right.
about these things.
And because we fear.
Yeah.
Because look, man, fire, like Richard Pryor, I always say this: fire is inspirational, Jack.
Yeah.
And I always give the example of, look, man, put your stove on, man, and once it's get real hot, put your finger on that bad boy. Let's see if you're gonna be able to take that.
Let's see how long you can
Yeah.
resist.
You can't, man, because fire. Like I said, fire is inspirational, Jack.
It's gonna be instantaneously.
Yeah,
You're gonna put your hand on that thing and instantaneously you're gonna move it.
that's it. Yeah, yeah, against your will.
You know?
Well, you will be willing.
It's gonna be your best interest to move your hand
That's
off
right.
of that.
That's right. And you will be willing because it's hot. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly," meaning the heathen and Israelites
Oh, yeah.
that do wickedly, "shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch."
Right.
Okay, meaning completely destroyed,
That's it.
And that's gonna take place here in Babylon the Great, which is known as America, and the time is coming where the world's gonna know that this is the place that the Most High is gonna judge.
Yeah, because it's
You
gonna
know,
be
they-
left as a memorial. You know?
I wanted to get.
It's gonna be left as a memorial of what it is to be wicked and the punishment for being wicked. Because I looked at this place and I see that the spirit is sucked out of this place.
Inside joke like a moth. Okay, so this is Isaiah the 34th chapter, in the 4th verse, right? And it says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." And all, because you was going back to in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter,
Yeah.
about
What's gonna cause?
You had read somewhere where it says that the stars and all that was going to be
Isaiah 13.
right, Isaiah 13.
The constellations are gonna be darkened.
Right, because of the plume and the smoke that these missiles are gonna leave behind, man. Right?
The plume. Le plume.
Le
baby,
plume. It says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall." Who's heaven?
Right.
Right?
That's what you gotta ask.
Right.
Because
We're gonna read
when Yahweh Shai and the disciples asked about the end of the world, they were talking about the end of the world of the Romans, which today in modern times is talking about America, which is the last leg or the modern Roman Empire.
Right.
Because they knew that once all of these empires fell,
Mhm.
then Israel will be established back up. Yahweh Shai and the Israelites will be established back up on the throne.
That's right. It says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll."
Right. So what's going to cause that?
Yeah.
See, back then he gave that analogy because that's the only thing he understood. When he saw the missile hit, and he looked and he saw the cloud that came up out of it, he saw the heavens being rolled together. The only thing that he could give to describe it was like a giant scroll,
Right.
spinning around like that.
Right.
Today Esau calls it a mushroom cloud.
Right.
So what caused that mushroom cloud? What caused this rolling together of the scroll? That was the nuclear missiles.
Right.
And see, today we have visuals of it because there's actual test sites where Esau tests the missiles, and you actually see the effects of those missiles.
Exactly.
So this is what were you reading from?
Isaiah 34
That's
verse
what
4.
Isaiah saw. That's what John the Revelator saw, and other prophets. You got it.
All right, and it says, and all their hosts shall fall down.
Right.
Oh, you want me to read back again?
No, yeah, but you know what? See, this is what we're reading about is the disaster.
Right.
You know, but we also have to, when we read that and hit Peter's again, we also have to go back to the vehicle
Right.
that's going to be used to bring about this disaster.
Exactly.
So what we're reading about now is the great, like the Elder Apostle Tara always says, the great sacrifice on the altar.
That's right.
America being the altar.
Right.
The people being the flesh and all that, or the sacrifices. But there's one of the main vehicles is those nuclear missiles.
Right.
The lasers from the chariots also, but the missiles was
That's the main
created specifically for this
Right.
task.
That's the main thing. That's gonna just fully 100%, 100%
100%.
melt everything.
That's right.
And turn everything into rubble and dust
Powder.
and ashes and powder down here in America, man.
That's right.
I'm a spirit been on me to go back and check out Terminator,
Oh, okay.
binging on that, and of course the main scene, Terminator 2, with Sarah Connor holding onto the fence trying to warn, and she was warning herself because she's seen herself,
In the future?
playing with the kids and shit, and she was like, no, get out of here, no, which in that day there's nowhere to run to, baby, nowhere to hide. When soon on the radio, how they give their emergency weather forecast thing on your phone, and everybody gets that message at the same time.
Yep.
It's loud as hell and shit. That's what they're gonna do when the missiles are on their way, and it's gonna be too late.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Ooh.
Shall there be evil in the city and
the Lord have not done it?
That's right.
Yeah, the Lord is doing it,
Yeah.
and will make it happen. And we're getting closer and closer, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And before the Lord actually makes it happen, he has his prophets out here speaking about it.
Because the Lord is righteous, he's just.
That's it.
Before he passed judgment, man, he makes sure that the wicked have their day in court.
Hey, how that goes? He gave you fair warning. Beware.
That's it, man, because he's a righteous judge. He doesn't do something and don't tell you why he's doing it.
Right.
Because
you're about to spank Esau's ass.
Oh, man, real bad, man. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And now, when you read this, you're supposed to like fear. Like, you don't want no part of this, man.
No.
You don't want no part of this, man.
No.
You don't even want
that smoke.
You don't want that smoke, homie.
Yeah. If anything, you want to find out what you could do to be relieved
That's
from
right,
that.
man.
Be protected
to be
from
delivered from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine.
One word. Judgment.
That's it. And as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Right, and you always hear Apostle Tara bring the analogy of how a fig falls. It kind of falls in an arching type fashion.
Yep.
That's how the missiles come. So you have to see individuals talk about, oh, that ain't talking about, that's talking about the actual fig, man. What are you talking about? No, it's talking about a fig, but it's talking about the action of a fig falling.
A metaphor.
It's a metaphor for the missiles.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the Isaiah didn't know. Esau back then didn't build a nuclear missile with silos. Those terminologies of nuclear fission and fusion and all that shit, that didn't exist back then.
Exactly.
So what is it talking about?
All right.
Some more?
Yep. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Right. What heaven?
Right.
It's talking about Esau's heaven. Their empire. This is why when we go back to Peter, it speaks about the heavens that were of old were drowned by the water. But the heavens that are now are reserved for fire.
That's it. Behold,
fire.
behold, it shall come down. What's the
Right.
it that's gonna come down?
Right.
Right? See, like the apostle say, you gotta visualize.
Right.
Visualize what you're reading, man. You know, get in the spirit of the words.
What's being said?
Right. It says, behold, it. What's the it? The thermonuclear missiles.
Yep.
Right? Because once they shot off, they go into space, right? And then what? It comes down
Right.
upon Idumea. What's modern day Idumea? America.
That's it.
America, Richard.
Babylon the Great.
Babylon the Great.
So it's gonna come down on you, Esau, because when it comes down on you,
Yeah.
Willie.
That's it. And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's it.
Who's the people of the Most High's curse? Esau.
Yep.
How was Esau cursed? He was born with the lack of pigment in his skin.
Leprosy.
Okay, he lacked melanin. He lacked the certain nutrients of the earth. The Lord cursed him,
Yep.
and his spirit ain't right.
That's it. Hey, well, I told you that
That's
Habakkuk
it,
2 and 4. His soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Yeah. It says verse
Because
6.
your mind is
Because
not
your
right,
mind ain't
Esau.
right. Mother effer. It says the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with the great altar, right?
Right.
Uh,
Hey, you know
mhm.
what? You want to get a small inkling or glimpse into this, which there was no fire there. The fucking Twin Towers, when they fell, did you see the horror on the people's
Right.
face, the soot
Yeah.
and all of that, the debris, you know, that was on them, and the way they was running down the street, like on motherfuckers running down the street on
Right,
fire,
right.
You know, like just the sheer horror
Yeah.
of that small little incident in comparison to what's coming.
Yeah, exactly, man. Now these are the same motherfuckers that they'll pass by the camp and talk shit, man. You know,
Right.
You know, and try to fight us just because we're teaching the Bible, man. But
Yeah.
don't get mad at the messenger. Get mad at the Most High. The Most High is gonna do all this, right?
He's the one that is orchestrating all of this.
Yeah. It says, for the sword of
He's
the
the great conductor.
that's right. The sword of the
What he's
Lord.
bringing is Yahweh symphony.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Yep. Using his son, Yahweh
That's
Shai.
it. That's it.
You know.
That's it.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. This is a metaphorically speaking
Right.
of the Edomites and Jake and the other nations that are going to be destroyed by this fire.
You know what proves that? When you read the first verse, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear." You know.
Yep.
But the main character in the movie is going to be Esau.
Right.
You know, because it's his kingdom
Right.
that's going to be here and erected when Yahweh Shai comes back to take it down. Got it.
It says, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra. Basra, modern day Basra is America.
That's right.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. The land of Idumea, modern day Idumea, is America.
That's it.
You know, and this has not happened yet.
Right.
Whole slab.
Whole slab, yeah. Because
You know?
that's what I was thinking about earlier when I was thinking about this lesson here.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what does this mean?
Right, exactly.
You know?
So we want to go back to 2 Peter 3.
Was that it on that?
Yeah, I was in on that.
All right. Well, no, I got a couple.
Okay, okay, good.
Let's go to Isaiah 9 and 5. Let's read that one first. It's like crazy.
It's like it. I'm not gonna just.
That's cool. No, that was slick though.
I try to be slick sometimes.
Kind. All right, so go ahead. You
All right,
got it.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise,
Right, and that's talking about ancient wars.
Right. and garments rolled in blood."
Which that's an old relic, an old artifact. You don't really Esau don't really do that too tough anymore. You know, going out there on the battlefield like they
Right.
used to do in the ancient world.
Right.
Now they're shooting from a distance.
Right.
They're shooting missiles using drones.
Right, exactly.
Go ahead.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
This particular war is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. So what's going to bring that? Let's go to Isaiah 54. You know. So see, that's why. See, vocab Malone calls it Hebrew hopscotch. The Lord calls it precept upon precept, line upon line,
Right.
here a little and there a little.
That's right.
You know.
That's how you get the understanding.
Right.
You know.
You got it.
All right, Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire."
Right. The ancient smith was the one, the metal worker. You know, he would have an anvil. He would have his tongs, metal tongs, and he would put metals in the fire, and then with his hammer he would form it. You know, and he would make different types of weapons depending on what the warrior wanted. If it was a spear, if it was a dagger, you know, if it was a shield,
Right.
if it was a helmet,
Right.
if it was an arrow or whatever the case, a sword.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that today,
An arrow.
an
I don't
arrow.
know if you said an arrow.
Yeah,
You
an
know?
arrow. But that today would equate to who? Who are the modern day smiths today that are
Mhm.
making the weapons for these different militaries?
Mm-hmm.
The scientists.
Yeah.
Elder Bishop Sakaram just mentioned about the Manhattan Project.
Yeah. When you go and see Terminator 2, okay, Sarah Connor was trying her best to um, stop Judgment Day, but the whole point of the movie was that you can't. They thought they did because they went to Skynet
Yeah.
and they up and whatever they did what they had to do, so they thought they stopped it, and then in the future the machines came back. They said, look, you can't. The Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the new model, the new T1 or whatever, he said, look, you can't stop Judgment Day. In other words, it's inevitable. Okay, no one could stop it. So then Sarah Connor was trying to kill the main scientist that came up with the computer chip that they use to put to implant into these cyborgs that were going around to kill people. So she thought by killing the scientists that would stop, you know, but it was too late. You know, they already had the technology out. He had one chip. He had like a couple of chips. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the T1, he threw himself in the fire, thinking that, look, that was the last chip. But no, they still had other like that scientist's files or whatever, technology that they were able to reproduce and create even more advanced Terminators. You
Right.
see?
And they're actually doing that also. And how is this being accomplished? By the scientists.
Right.
What they're doing is they're splicing genes, they're splicing atoms, they're splicing elements,
Yeah.
creating weapons, you know, nuclear weapons and weapons of that caliber, because this is the Lord working on their minds to do that.
The Lord told Daniel that knowledge shall be increased.
Woo! All right, we got, let me see. This is our Manhattan Project I looked up.
Okay.
It says a former United States executive agency that was responsible for developing atomic bombs during World War II. Did you hear that? A former United States executive agency that was responsible for developing atomic bombs during World War II. So who the hell do you think was creating these weapons,
Exactly.
these bombs?
Exactly.
The scientists.
Right.
It says a code name for the secret United States project set up in 1942 to develop atomic bombs for use in World War II.
Right. But who they used to develop them? The
Tiemann.
scientists. You know? Oh yeah, Tiemann, the
Yep.
Germans. Yep. Because that's what they did. They had a lot of those scientists that Hitler had under his thumb, so to speak,
Right.
escape Germany and all that and Hitler's rule to come over here to America,
Right.
so that they could work on these projects.
Yeah, and some of those scientists were brought up to Russia, and the rest of them were brought over here to the Americas.
Yep.
Why? Because the Lord had a plan.
Yeah, that's right. And man's goings are of the Lord. See? When deep sleep falleth upon men, then the Lord seals his instruction
Yeah,
within them.
that's right.
You know, but that's why Esau's proud. Esau thinks with all this technology he came up with, he thinks that he came up with this.
Right.
How is it in a span of less than 200 years all this technology came out, right?
Right.
You know, prior to that, everything pretty much was ancient world, man.
That's it.
Horse and buggy,
Right.
you know, shit like that. Horses, you know, to get around.
Yeah, and really, this technology has been like this for maybe about 100 years, if that.
Yeah.
You know, because all of these computers and all that was what, the 40s.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
40s, 50s, something like that.
Yep.
So looking from that point till now.
Yeah, microprocessors. And the reason why the Lord came up with that, gave them that technology, was for the ultimate technology, which is the RFID implantable microchip, which is the MOTB.
That's it.
You know, because everything just don't come all at once.
There's levels to
right,
it.
there's levels to the technology, you
That's
know.
it.
It has to begin small, you know, and like the Apple computers, you know,
Right.
they were fucking huge and
Huge.
big, and
Big screens.
you know, now they got little fucking little phones, right?
Yeah.
Shit, you could put them in your pocket. See,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah. I mean, this is just this is a bigger example, but this is not a tablet.
Nope, notebook, no tab.
Yeah, it is a tablet. A tablet.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tablet. You know, this is a little bigger, but you have phones that are smaller. You know,
Yeah.
the technology is getting smaller, and they're
Right.
going into something called nanotechnology.
Right, nano, meaning
Which is
small.
all the same stuff. It's
Right.
all the same stuff,
Right,
just smaller.
and it quicker. You know,
Yeah.
they make everything is quicker. You know.
That's why they got the 5G out there.
Right, and it's quicker because the Lord's making it quicker because the Lord said, for my elect's sake,
Those days shall be short.
shall be shortened. So if the days are going to be shortened, that means things got to happen fast. That means technology got to be faster.
Right.
You know.
Because the infrastructure, you know, the prophecies, the stuff that the Lord spoke about has
Yeah.
to come to pass.
It has to come to pass.
So the Lord said He's the one that's speeding all this stuff up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Was that it?
No, yeah, I didn't finish.
Read it again.
Isaiah 54:16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work."
Right.
For his work.
That's right.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
I have created the waster to destroy. What is the waster to destroy? The waster is talking about the missiles,
Right.
the nuclear missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. What was that? That was Isaiah 54, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just bear with me. I mean, if you have anything you want to say.
Yeah, no, I mean this is the end of Esau's world, man.
That's it.
You know, and we gotta hammer this into our heads every single day, and the ultimate thing that's gonna end his world is these missiles, man.
Ooh,
That
damn.
you don't want no part of. You
No.
know, you want to be delivered, man. That's why we try our best, you know, to keep our minds pure and focused
Best of our
upon
ability.
the best of our ability, the best we can do upon the Lord, right?
Right.
Praying, you know, fasting if you can, as
Yep.
much as you can, you know, be at peace with the brotherhood, you know,
Right.
doing the works like it says, you know,
That's it.
having faith and faith and works towards the Lord, so that way when the Lord comes, our slate is wiped clean.
Yep.
There is none that when he goes to see, you know, this man right here. No, he's good.
Being unspotted and
Yeah.
unblemished.
We have kept our white garments, man.
Gone. All right. This is for the word waster, shachath, to destroy, corrupt. Matter of fact, you could go to Jeremiah 50. No, I'm sorry, Zechariah 14 and 9.
Okay.
This is to destroy, corrupt, go to ruin, decay, to be marred, be spoiled, be corrupted, be injured, be ruined, be rotted, to spoil, ruin, pervert, corrupt. So pretty much, down here it says destroyer. You know? So what is the instrument that the Lord calls a waster that the modern day Smiths created? That's them nuclear missiles. They were created specifically for the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Judgment Day.
Because he said that the Most High is going to gather all nations together to pour upon them his indignation,
Right.
even all his fierce anger, because that's going to be what's going to pacify the Lord. Remember, in the ancient times, when Jake would do some shit, you know, and the Most High be angry, be ready to smoke them, one action from one individual would pacify the Lord.
Mhm.
You know, look at Phinehas, the act that he did with that Jake and that Midianite woman.
Right.
When he killed both of them.
Yep.
What did that do? That pacified the anger of the Lord, because
Yeah.
the Most High was pissed off.
Yeah.
You know? So this one action through these missiles and everything else that's coming, that's gonna pacify the Lord's anger. Because he's gonna destroy this place, because he's been ready to destroy this place.
Yeah.
But he's bound by his word.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the elect have to be sealed according to Revelation the 7th chapter, which we're there pretty
Yeah.
much, you know. There's just a couple of more things to of course the MOTB has to be fully mandated,
Yeah.
you know.
And now that you see that they've approved, you know, that Vicky Vale's venom, you know, that Pfizer thing, this is on. You know, that Weishaupt juice,
Yeah.
it's on now, because that's going to give them the teeth that they need
Vicky's
to
draws.
be Vicky's draws to Oh Lord, to um bring forth, their agenda, because all they need is one to pass. Everything else going to pass. Then that's going to lead to the mandate of the microchip.
Yeah, and they got these people, man. They got these people
Yeah.
hook, line, and sinker.
Yo, these people are so stupid.
Yeah, man.
They
Stupid.
stupid. They so stupid. Yeah, they follow along with everything that the government says. Yo, I went. I was with my mom yesterday. She wanted to go to Wendy's, so I took her there. So I walk in with her because she knows the lady at the counter. So as she's getting her order and stuff, this eater, my old devil, comes in. Where's your mask? You're looking at me. Where's your mask? I looked. I said, man, what? That's man. Get out of my face, man. Where's your mask? Because now that they mandated that, they're trying to push that whole mask shit again on the people.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mother sat down. I got her food. And then when I went over there to get the food, he walked. I said, "Yeah, get back, get back, get away from me."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
'cause there's gonna be a civil war, man, because those who got the Vicky and those that don't are gonna clash.
And this is what the international bankers want. They want chaos. Look, they're the Leland Gaunt of the world.
Yeah.
And they're causing this friction between people, so that the ones that got the jab are looking at the ones that didn't get the jab as the problem, but the ones that are really the problem are the ones that got jabbed up.
Yeah, and then the ones that got jabbed up, they check them out, man. They coughing.
Right.
They hunched up, man. They got the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
They're coming up to you with a Harlem Shake, talking about, yo, man, did you get the, wear your mask? Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah.
All right, brother. Let's get
Goddamn crypt keepers, man.
Yeah, man. But that's beautiful though.
Fucking zombies. There is gonna be a zombie apocalypse,
Oh,
man. The zombies are the ones who got jabbed up, man.
Right.
And
they're what's the main thing that the zombies do?
Mhm.
They attack the people that are healthy.
Oh, Proverbs 16:4, right? No, I'm sorry. What's that? And they who wandered out of the way of understanding.
21:16.
21:16. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
21:16.
Shall remain among the congregation of the dead.
Yeah.
But check it out.
Zombified.
Every zombie movie, the zombies don't attack each other.
Ah, that's
They
true.
they attack the people that are healthy.
Ah.
To get them what? To get them sick.
Look at that.
See?
Yep.
It's plain to see, baby.
Yep. So this is Zechariah 14:9. It says, "And the Lord shall be king over all the earth."
I'm sorry, not 9, 12.
12.
Read that anyway, because that's good.
All right, it says, "And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one."
Right, that's Yahweh. And then you got his son Yahweh Shai. Now jump to the 12th verse.
12th verse. "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Yep.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes,
Mhm.
and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth."
Right, and that goes hand in hand with Malachi the 4th chapter.
Yep.
The day that shall come, that shall burn as an oven.
That's right.
So we can go back to Peter's.
Okay.
I got one more here. I'll read this one if you want to go back to 2 Peter.
Okay.
This is Jeremiah 51:25. "Behold, I am against the old destroying mountain." Who is this destroying mountain? America, Babylon the Great. This letter is addressed to Babylon the Great. "Saith the Lord, which destroyed all the earth." Ancient Babylon did not destroy all the earth. America has. It says, "And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain." So what's going to cause that burning? "The day cometh that shall burn as an oven." These nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why? Why is Esau going to be destroyed, man?
Judge, man.
Because of the wickedness that he has touched the people of the Lord. The Lord said, "Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm." And really, all of Israel is the anointed of the Lord.
Right.
He has his chosen, but Esau has done wrong to all of Israel. By he put us in slavery, right? He tortured us, man. He made our turn our young men into alternative lifestyle.
Alternative lifestylers.
Alternative lifestylers, man.
Yep.
Taught lies to our people. Didn't teach our people who we were, man. All nations that ruled, we knew who we were.
Right.
But here in this wicked ass kingdom, man, Esau don't teach Israel who they are. Through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's how we found out.
I got something real quick.
Yeah.
I looked up the word for burnt. You know, in Jeremiah 51, it's the word sharapah,
Mm.
which means burning, cremation.
Damn.
Because you know, you take the body and you burn it, you
Right,
cremate it,
right.
right? But that also goes back to seraphim,
Oh, okay.
fiery flying serpent,
Right.
for cremation,
Right.
burning.
Right. Ooh.
You know,
That's bad, man. Yeah.
dig it. You know,
Yeah.
hey, you know, Elder Pastor Tar brings out,
Yeah.
you know, always brings out how that seraphim is talking about those missiles,
That's right.
and it is.
The fiery flying serpent.
Right, and then in the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, I believe it is, it goes into that. You know,
Yeah.
the lion's head and the
Yep.
serpent's tail.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, man. Look, you're not gonna have the. First of all, America became a great kingdom. All right.
Oh, yeah.
How is it that America is not written in the scriptures, man, in
Right.
prophecy?
wait a
Right.
minute. Babylon was written
Babylon,
about.
yep.
Greece,
Greece.
the Medo-Persian Empire, the Roman Empire,
Yep.
and then after that, when it went blank,
Yeah.
the Most High ran out of ideas.
That's it.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And then this great technology, as known as the thermonuclear missiles, how is that not going to be mentioned in the scriptures, man?
Yeah.
Something that it's the Lord. What's that scripture? The Lord has opened up His armory.
Right.
I have opened my.
I'll get it for you.
The water. Yeah, because the Lord is a man, like it's written, that the Lord is a man of war. A man, not a woman, a man of war. And He's all about warfare, man. You know, every single battle that has happened on the planet Earth, the Lord has something to do with
The
it.
Most High hosted the mustered the host of the
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah, man.
The bound, cut off the sword, your mother, Israel. Let's see. I got it right.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Here. This is I got to read a little bit about that. Jeremiah 50 and 22.
Mhm.
A sound of battle is in the land.
Yeah, a sound of battle is in the land, and we're living in a time of war, right? What's that? Ecclesiastes 3.
Right.
There's a time of peace, and there's a time of war.
Right.
What time we living in?
This ain't no peaceful world.
This ain't no peaceful world. What time we living in, man? They got the so-called woke culture, right? But these motherfuckers ain't woke at all.
They
The
dead
same,
sleep.
yeah, these same people are gonna take the MOTB, man.
Right.
But anyway, my point is, if you look around, right, and the news and all that, and on what's going on, now they got Afghanistan and all that, and what's happening in Syria and different parts of the Middle East, you would know that we're living in a time of war.
Right.
All that is gonna backlash this way. It's gonna come this way. It's gonna be a what do you call it? A backdraft.
Yeah, backdraft, backlash. Yeah.
Backdraft is gonna come this way, man. Because America is behind all that shit.
Right.
Starting
the
all
chickens are
that.
gonna come home to roost.
Thank you. Right.
You know, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, man.
It says, and of great destruction.
Yeah. The great destruction. That's what we've been prophesying about. The great destruction of America, man.
Mhm. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder
Ooh,
and broken?
That goes hand in hand with Isaiah the 14th chapter.
Mhm.
How art thou
fallen from
fallen
heaven,
from heaven, O Lucifer,
son of the
son of the
morning.
morning?
Yeah.
How art thou cut off that has weakened the nations?
Yeah. It says, how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Ooh.
And ancient Babylon is still inhabited by people.
Right. That's right.
This is talking about America.
That's right.
It says, I have laid a snare for thee,
Mm.
and thou art also taken, O Babylon,
Mm.
and thou was not aware.
Mm.
Thou art found and also caught,
Mm.
because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Mm. Mini
Tekel
tekel
ufarsin.
ufarsin.
Yeah.
You have been weighed.
In the
You have
balance,
been measured. Right.
and you have been found wanting.
You have been found wanting.
Finished, finito.
Yeah.
The Lord hath opened up his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Ooh, fire.
Drop the mic.
Close the book. Drop the
Close
mic.
the book. Close the book. Inside joke. It says, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, power of hosts,
Mm.
in the land of the Chaldeans.
Oh man, that's bad, man.
And it goes into more, but let's go to 2 Peter.
Okay, I'm in
Let's,
2
uh,
Peter. So
2 Peter.
before you had said you wanted to read above
Yeah,
the
yeah.
12th verse. So you want me to start at 9?
Start at, yeah, that's cool. I mean, when you brothers get a chance, you can read the whole chapter, because it speaks about the heavens being, out of the waters and in the waters, and these heavens being reserved unto fire. So, matter of fact, you could just jump straight to the 10th verse.
All right. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, into which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Right. And what is that great noise? That great noise is the missiles hitting. Boom,
Mhm.
boom, boom, boom. As a high priest Ariel used to break it down.
Yeah.
You know? And it says the heavens. Read that part again. Read it again.
Yep. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, into which the heavens shall pass away
Right.
with a great noise.
Why does it say the heavens shall pass away? Because the heavens that are now, which are the rulerships, which are mostly with Esau,
Yep.
they're going to pass away.
Yep.
You know, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be taken out. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. We just read in a handful of scriptures what that heat is comprised of. What vehicles the Lord is going to use for this heat. Come on, man.
Yeah. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right, because Esau's kingdom is going to be destroyed.
That's it.
See, the headquarters of Esau's kingdom is what? America, Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
And once that's taken out, that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else falls.
Yeah. America's not the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
You know, Esau had the whole world thinking that this was the kingdom of heaven. You know, the place you come, God is here. Yeah, and then they got that saying, "In God we trust."
Yep.
Albert Pike broke that down in that book, Morals and Dogma, what that meant, right? And Albert Pike was a
33rd degree Mason,
right.
I believe.
Yeah, he was under that. He was under Adam Weishaupt, I believe. Adam Weishaupt was his teacher or something.
I don't.
Yeah, if you go back, I believe Adam Weishaupt. You know, he started the Bavarian faction of the Illuminati,
Yep.
and he had certain adepts. And I believe Adam Weishaupt, which Adam. I'm sorry.
These help.
The dude that was the leader of the KKK. What's his name?
David.
The dude with the big beard though. The one who
Albert
started.
Pike.
Albert Pike.
Yeah.
Thank you. I meant Albert Pike
I thought you were talking
was an
about David
adept
Duke.
of that dude. You know,
Right.
and he was the head of. He's the one that started the KKK. You know, which is another faction of the Freemasons, which is part of the Illuminati.
Right. Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, the Kukuku.
The Ku.
You know.
You know.
It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. See, this is the point right here.
Right.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, meaning melted and burnt up,
Right.
what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right.
You know? So if you're a person that believes in the Most High, then you're supposed to incorporate this right here, that the Lord's gonna, the ultimate judgment is coming, which is fire. You're supposed to have that. Look, man, I'm gonna try my best to get right, man. Get my people right. Get whoever you can, you know. And if they don't want to get right, fuck them. You move, you know.
You move
Don't
on.
worry about them. Just you move on.
Yeah.
You know, because
at the end
it's
of the
real,
day,
man.
Scripture say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're trying to chase after somebody, trying to get them right,
Right.
and then you end up
Falling.
exhausting yourself and
Right.
falling out right with them.
Yeah, man.
So
So
Scripture say, if you right eye offended, cut it out.
yeah, and that's what that means. Not you had some rapper or artist back in the day. I forgot his name, man. He actually did that. He read that scripture, and I guess he became like a born again Christian or something like that. And he actually cut his eye out, man, and then quoted that scripture.
See?
You know, showing you how simple Jake is.
Right, but then a scripture that should be taken literal,
Right.
they'll say, oh no, that's spiritual.
Right. Backwards, man.
Yeah.
You know.
We got more, right?
That says looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord.
Right, so that's what we're supposed to be doing, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Lord. Because then, once the Lord comes, that's the beginning of the next world to come. That's
Right.
the beginning of righteousness. That's when
Right.
all wickedness will be put down.
That's right, man. Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
Right, the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. What heaven? It's not talking about up there in the heavens. It's talking about here on the earth.
Right.
The rulerships of Esau, the rulerships of these nations, because this war that's coming is going to be the war to end all wars. And once this war comes, it's over.
Yep.
You got it.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Right, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. What's going to bring about that fervent heat? Those missiles and the lasers from the chariots. But the main vehicle the Lord created for this was those missiles.
Mhm.
You got it?
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Because obviously this heaven and this earth does not dwell in righteousness. And we're looking for that because that's what the Lord wants to establish,
Right.
you know, on the earth. You see? So, like the name of the lesson is, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see? And how is it going to be accomplished?
Exactly.
And we just went through it.
Yeah.
If you understand it, beautiful. Barakatah Halbashim
Come,
Shai.
Barakatah Halbashim Yashai,
But if
man.
you don't, then it's not meant for you.
If you have ears to hear,
Let him hear.
let them hear. You know,
You have any
cause
closing?
and effect.
That's it.
Cause and effect.
Problem,
you know?
reaction,
Right. That's right.
solution, but not in the sense of Esau.
No. Right.
You know.
No. I mean, that's
You have any closing words?
death to Esau.
Mm-hmm.
And may Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai come quickly.
Gone.
Peace to your elect.
So come Yahweh Shai. So with that,
Right.
we pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Until the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.